Hey y'all, welcome to the woodshed out here at Wagers Family Farm. You know, with some of my travel recently, I learned that people don't really eat the same things in different places. Like out on the West Coast, they don't really care for grits too much, and bless their little hearts. But I also realized that as we get closer back to our hometown, some people don't know how grits is even made. So I figured I'd take this opportunity to show you guys how grits is made. Now, most of my grits comes from some yellow corn, which I already have off the cob. But in some cases, you end up with corn that's on the cob. Now, how do you get it off the cob? Normally, a harvester will take care of that, a combine. But in the odd chance you don't have one of those and you have it on the cob, there are a few machines that will help you remove it from the cob. Now, as I said, I've already changed all of my yellow corn into kernels, so I've got a few heirloom cobs left over that we can play with. This antique here is a shelling device. What's going to happen is we can place the corn ear up here in the top, and we'll crank the far side. When we do, it will produce kernels out the bottom and a cob out the rear. Alright, let's start cranking. Here it comes the top. And out the rear comes our finished cob. And there you go. So again, this is going to produce your grains off of the cobs. It's going to be called shelled corn. You will notice, as I said, this is some of our heirloom varieties. We put a few of these out in the field every year. Red corn is often seen in grits as well. You'll see it as the red flake grits. Alright, now that we've got our corn shelled, this is where you're usually going to find where we'll start. And again, I've already got some of our yellow corn shelled out here, ready to go. At this point, you need some kind of grinder. Now, most of your grinders are going to be stone grinders for your old-fashioned grits, though I'm sure some of those bigger companies use more advanced technology. What I've got here is a grinder as well. Got this one off of online Amazon. It's going to be really simple. We're going to pour it in the top. We have a mesh strainer on the bottom, and out the bottom is going to come our grits. Now, depending on the type of grits you want, there may or may not be some fine bits in there as well. What that's going to be is your corn flour and cornmeal. We'll strain that part out later. First things first, let's take some of our grits here, pour it in the top. Excuse me, our corn in the top. I'll probably cut the audio, it's a bit loud. Alright, now what you'll find, as I said, is we've got a lot more finer consistency than what is standard grits, but different grinders are going to do it different ways. My grinder specifically has certain filters, and this one grinds it down fine enough to get a lot more flour in there. However, we've got a strainer here. We're going to strain off the grits and get right back with you. And there you have it. Nice little tub of grits. We can go get Mammy to cook that up for us, and you'll see here, like I said, what was left over. This much finer stuff down here is your cornmeal and corn flour, and you can do with that as you wish, but your end result is a nice container of yellow grits. Alright, well, that's about it. That's how you make grits. Now, the one thing I will not get into is what is the best recipe for grits. That can be anything. For myself, salt, pepper, and a whole lot of butter is the only way to go. But leave a comment down below. Let us know, how do you take your grits. In the meantime, see y'all later. Y'all take care.